Right. Now let's talk about variables. Let's talk about variables. So what are variables? Variables are used to store data that may vary or change. Variable can store data such as strings, numbers, and booleans. Okay. So to create a variable in Python, you simply just write a variable name. Let's call our variable an equal sign and then the value. Hello world. Now, any number between two quotation marks is called a string. Okay, so it can be between double quotations. Let's call this variable one equal to. Can be between two quotation marks. Hello world. Let's go ahead and print out our variable. Print. Let's write variable. You come to this play button and you run. Here is our program. Let's go ahead and comment out this one over here. So use this hashtag symbol to comment out a code you don't want to run in your program. Okay, you use it to just write comments. Okay, you can write whatever you want to write, but it won't run in the program. So you can write maybe like a description or whatever. Let's say this one. This is a variable, and this over here will not affect your code. Let's go ahead and run it. As you can see, hello world. So whatever variable you use, variable one or variable one or just variable, it will still print hello world. As you can see, it will still print hello world. So variable are case sensitive. Okay. So if you change this to let's say hello world and exclamation, you run it. As you can see, it still prints the one without exclamation because we are printing variable one. So they are very case sensitive. Okay. So if you change this back to variable, print the one with that exclamation. And if you change this to a capital letter, there will be an error. Okay. So variables are very case sensitive. You should be aware of that. So now, the type of value a variable has determines the data type of that variable. For example, if you can guess, this variable, the data type is string because it stores a string. This also stores a string. Okay, I think that strings as any message you want to display in our own program. Okay, so we have other types of variable. Let's say we have the numeric uh data type which stores number. Let's say number one equals to let's say seven, and then number two equals to what 7.5. You save it. Now let's print number one. Now number one will print out seven, as you can see here. And you can print number two, which will print out what 7.5. You want to know what type of variable is being stored, what type of data is being stored in a variable, you just use the keyword type. So use the keyword type, all right, and then you pass in the variable or you pass in whatever object you want. Okay, so this is a string data over here, and this is a variable containing the string. You can pass in any kind of data in here, or you can just pass in a variable containing data. Let's run it. Now, if you want this to display, you have to use the print command. So this shows the type of data, but if you run it, nothing will happen unless you use the print command to display our value onto the screen. Onto the screen. So let's go ahead and wrap this with the print command. Let's close it over here. Our code will run. It shows class string, which means that this is a string variable, the string data. So you can just put variable one is also a string data, and number one, let's use number one. As you can see, it's an integer. An integer is any whole number that does not have any decimal point. So let's use number two, which is this. This is number two. Let's see what kind of data is stored in it. Float. Okay, so float is stored in it. Okay, so it prints out this first, then it prints out this second, which is this, and then it prints out this third, which is this. This is why you are seeing it in order like this. Okay, we can go ahead and comment this order too, so as to just focus on what we are doing here. Let's run it, and as you can see, this is the float data. So a variable can store different data. The type of data a variable stores depends on the data type of that variable. It depends on the data type of the data stored in the variable. So the main types of variables we have are the string, which is this. This is the string. And then we have numeric, and numeric is made of integers and floats. So any whole number is an integer. It can be 10, 12, 100, 120, and then any number with a decimal point, 8, whatever, is called float. And then we have boolean. Boolean, let's call it variable bool, which stores only true or false. A boolean variable stores only true or false. This is boolean. And let's check the data type of this one, of bool. As you can see, it changes to bool, which means boolean. Okay, it means boolean. You can change this to whatever you want. Boolean. So if you run this, it will return an error. Okay, so it returns class type. So this means that bool is a type of the data. Okay, instead of returning the integer. So I mean, instead of returning the variable over here. Let's change this from bool to boolean. Run it as boolean. So now we have showed you how to display user input on the screen. You can display any user input by using the print command. Print, let's say 6, 7, 8, whatever, 6.2, 6.5. You can use the user input to display whatever. Sorry, I mean the print command. You can use the print command to display whatever you want on the screen. Okay, so every software has an output, also has an input. So this is a way of displaying output in Python. Use the print command. And use print 4.8, which is a float number. Okay, and you can also store your data in a variable. So this is hello world. Instead of putting hello world directly into the print keyword, you just write the variable name. and then you run it, and so it will print hello world false. So whenever you want to change what is being printed out here, instead of coming here directly, you come to the variable over here. This is my program. As you can see, it has printed this is my program. Okay, so you just use this print command to print whatever you want. Now, if you put a number in here, it's still a string. Okay, it is still a string. It's not an integer. Whatever kind of number you put is a string. If you remove the double quotation, that's when it makes it an integer or a float. So if I'm going to print the type, check what type of data this variable contains to return what? A string. So whatever is put between two quotation marks is a string.